Welcome to the show, everybody. Joseph Robert Camo. Got a good one for you. We're talking 3 wide receiver must-haves for fantasy football 2021. Before we get into that, you guys know it. I want to make sure you guys are groomed, clean, fresh, and not cutting yourself in the process of grooming yourself. Head over to manscaped.com. They got this brand new, fresh Lawnmower 4.0, amazing trimmer, guys. It's got skin-safe technology, rechargeable wireless charging. It's got LED spotlight, waterproof, travel lock. Listen, I got to actually read all these things. There's so many features on this thing, and you're going to be very happy. Now, head on over to manscaped.com. Use promo code SHOWERLINE. You're going to be absolutely happy with your purchase. Great product, and they got other products as well to keep you guys groomed and fresh and looking good, especially if you want to go on a date. You want to be groomed up and fresh. Even without it, if you're playing fantasy, you want to be clean while you're watching the games. Manscaped.com. Use promo code SHOWERLINE. You'll be very happy. And, guys, Listeners League. This is very big, guys. What you got to do, guys, get the 16-round drafts, which is linked it below. You're automatically entered for a chance to be in the Listeners League. I'm going to be hosting the draft, 12-person, 1-point PPR. I'm going to be hosting it for a chance to win $500 for first place. And, of course, bragging rights. It's going to be huge. I'm going to splatter you on my social media. Head on over, guys, to thefantasyfootballaccounts.com. Get the 16-round draft solution right now, and you are entered for the draw. The draw is going to be around mid-June. This is going to be huge. I'm going to be hosting this. Love it. Council Nation going at each other to see who the ultimate lion is and the ultimate bragging rights, okay? So get 16 rounds right now. And, of course, if you guys don't know what 16 rounds is, first ever only video training to help you guys crush your league. Sleepers, breakouts, dynasty, everything you guys need. Scrap the draft kits. They are dead. Get 16 rounds right now. All right. Listen, I want to get your feedback in regards to what wide receivers you must have, but I got 3 for you, and I'm going to give you a bonus. I'm going to give you guys a bonus wide receiver or 2 as well. Now, here's the deal. I don't have to have any wide. This is weird. This is really contradictory to what I'm talking about here. There isn't a wide receiver I must have, but looking at the ADP and the value of these guys that I'm going to list here, I got to have them because I've loaded up on running backs. So I got to be start looking at some wide receivers. Now, there's a ton of wide receiver sleepers I like that I can get later that I'm not going to list here. Make sure you guys subscribe. Click that. It means a lot to me. It only takes a second of your time. It's going to give you a ton of value. Click the subscribe button and a thumbs up here. There's going to be a ton of episodes where I'm going to talk about rookie sleepers and other sleepers you can get for immense value later that could be the Justin Jefferson of this year, because I was the one that spotted the Justin Jefferson last year. But these guys are guys that you get for amazing value that are wide receiver ones on the team. Now, a fantasy football draft strategy, when you're drafting, make sure you draft a wide receiver 1 respectively on their team. Also, there's other criteria that I explained in 16 rounds that you got to look at what quarterback is throwing them the ball. You don't just randomly pick a wide receiver like people did with the popular opinion with Odell 3 years in a row, where they told you first round Odell Beckham, and last year they told you third round Odell Beckham. Now they're telling you 5th round Odell Beckham. The guy busted 4 years in a row. There's no way in hell I'm going to be drafting the guy. There's a criteria of things you got to go through when you draft a wide receiver. One of them is who's throwing the ball, who's the quarterback, okay? Another thing is how much volume are they going to get, and are they high on the depth chart, okay? So let's go with the first guy here. This is a wide receiver I must have. He is coming off anywhere from rounds 5, 6, 7, as early as 4, but I haven't seen him come off in round 4 on the mock drafts I've done. Typically round 5 to 6 is his ADP. The guy I'm talking about is DJ Chark. Why do I like this guy? Number 1, he's slated as the wide receiver 1 on his team. Number 2, Trevor Lawrence, first overall pick in the 2021 fantasy football draft. This guy is supposed to be a stud out of college. Again, supposed to be. When I say supposed to be, we know he's a stud, but we don't know how it's going to translate on the NFL field. Rookie quarterbacks are always suspect, but the opportunity is there, right? Now, again, they've got Jones there. They've got Laviska Shenault. They've got other weapons as well. But Chark should be the main guy. Now, looking back on last year, 93 targets, wasn't that exciting, 5 touchdowns, but he was dealing with guys like Minshew and Glennon. Like, now he's got a true thoroughbred, a true elite talent. That's what we're hearing on paper. I mean, to be in the NFL is huge. To be drafted first overall, I think the teams know what they're doing. I think the scouts know what they're doing. I think we saw what Trevor Lawrence could do in college. I think he's going to deliver. And DJ Chark is going to be the guy. Now, he had a better year the year before in 2019. He had over 1,000 yards, 118 targets, 8 touchdowns, a lot better. But I think Chark could really, really step up this year. I'm excited about him, and I'm excited about the value. I mean, 5th to 6th round, I've loaded up on my running backs. I've probably got another ace wide receiver. He's going to probably be my wide receiver too. I mean, why wouldn't you? A wide receiver 1 for value. Now, the reason people are down on him this year is, again, because of last year. I'm looking at the where he finished last year. It wasn't a good finish. So people are looking at last year, saying, "Oh, you know, he finished what, 48th?" And that's standard. Let me pull up in PPR. So he finished pretty low. 48th. I still got him here at 48th. Okay, and people are like, "Oh, well, he only had, like I said, 93 targets, 5 touchdowns." But again, look at who was throwing the ball. Now, again, better situation, better quarterback, more opportunity, fresh new offense. 5th or 6th round, a wide receiver 1, value. Give me him. I must have him for that value. Okay? Again, I'm not crazy about wide receivers. This isn't a wide receiver I must have. But based on value, that's what I'm giving you guys. So that's the key word. Must have based on value. It's crazy. Why not? Wide receiver 1 with a young stud quarterback. Okay. 2nd must have wide receiver here. Now, the guy I was really high, I was high on him last year a lot for value. I'm still going to be high on him again. The other time about is Deontay Johnson. By the way, going back to Chark, he's sitting 30th amongst wide receivers in PPR and rankings. Deontay Johnson currently sitting 24th amongst wide receivers, who was the #1 target getter last year with 144 targets last year with the Steelers. That's immense value to see him sitting at 24th right now. I can get him in the 4th round as my wide receiver 1. But again, I'm going to back him up with other guys that could be wide receiver 1. Don't worry. Last year, people were worried. Joe, you got, Justin Jefferson as your wide receiver 2-3. Aren't you worried? No, I wasn't, because I knew the volume and the targets were going to be there. Now, Jefferson, a guy I suggested in my 16-round draft session in the 8th round, was a waiver wire wonder for the Sheep, going undrafted. Now is a top 10 wide receiver when we had him on our team last year. Deontay Johnson's a guy, it's okay. You can get him as your wide receiver 1. There's a ton of other sleepers, a ton of other value, and a ton of other wide receivers that you can get that are going to give you that solid value week in, week out. But Deontay, again, is going to be contending with, I think, Claypool, who's going to be stepping it up this year. Juju's back. I think he's going to be working the slot a little bit more. Najee Harris is going to be there catching the balls out of the backfield. But the good news is, Big Ben throws the ball more than anybody. In fact, so much, he had 608 attempts last year. He was top 3, top 4 in attempts. He throws the ball up. Big Ben knows how to handle the offense, right? He's going to get to Deontay, who is his #1 target, who struggled with some dropping issues last year, but again, improved it near the end of the season. If that is fixed, which I think it is, he's going to be the primary target getter. Understand, guys, about 2-3 years ago, it was Juju and AB, both respectively finishing in the top 10, with Antonio Brown with 168 targets and Juju with 166 approximately. This is going back 2-3 years, and I still remember it. Deontay is primed, and I think he's going to go up on the 144 targets. I think that should go up. But again, you are contending with, obviously, your Claypool, your Juju, and Najee Harris, who I'm really high on this year as well. But again, for the 4th round, that's decent value to get yet another wide receiver 1 in a situation where he could be fighting for targets, but that's okay. Big Ben throws a lot, okay? So he's another must-have based on ADP. And again, you could get Claypool later for pretty much free and back and kind of handcuff the wide receiver in this situation. You can take some risks at wide receiver that you can't take with running backs because the running back position is scarce. And I'm imploring the robust RB strategy, but you can, of course, take some risks at wide receiver. There's a ton of depth, a ton of value at wide receiver. You're going to have a ton of, oh my God, there's going to be a ton of depth, okay? The third one here, and again, I have some question marks here. And again, stay for the bonus. I got a bonus 1 or 2. The guy I'm talking about is Cortland Sutton. Now, Cortland Sutton, obviously, the time of this recording, the situation suspect with the quarterback position. Is it going to be Bridgewater? Is it going to be Drew Brees? I think they were flirting with Aaron Rodgers. I don't know whether he's going to be on the team. I doubt it. If Drew Brees is Drew Lock with the Denver Broncos, Drew Brees, he's done. I don't know if I don't trust Drew Lock really, but Cortland Sutton, if healthy, is the wide receiver 1. Yes, they've got Judy. They've got other options. I do like Javonte Williams there at running back. I think he takes a spot. That's a whole other thing. Go back and listen to my running back episode for must-haves. Again, Cortland Sutton coming off injury, big-bodied receiver, big red zone target. 5th to 6th round values coming off in the 6th round. Another wide receiver 1 that you can load up. So, rounds 4, 5, and 6, I've got Deontay, Chark, and Sutton, wide receiver 1s on their team, and I get a bunch of other sleeper wide receivers that could slide up to be a wide receiver 1. I'm good. I'm good at wide receiver. You know what I mean? I mean, Cortland Sutton has the opportunity. And again, if they bring in another quarterback, I don't know what their quarterback situation is going to be at the time of this recording. Either way, Sutton's, in line for a bunch of targets and a bunch of touchdowns. And again, for 6th round, it's kind of a no-brainer for me. Give him to me for that value. I'll take him. I'll give them to me, okay? And again, Drew Lock's got to step up, Bridgewater, whoever that quarterback is. I don't even know who the quarterback is with these guys. I'm looking at their depth chart right now. They got Brent Rypen, Teddy Bridgewater, Drew Lock. I'm looking at their updated depth chart here on the website here, on their team website. Again, Cortland Sutton is slated as the one. They've got Judy. They've got Hamler. They got Deshaun Hamilton. Not guys that I'm concerned about. Judy a little bit more. They've got Fant that'll catch the ball. You know, again, Sutton is in line to get a lot of work. And again, 5th to 6th round, man, wide receiver 1, why not? Why not? Why not? Okay. All right, a bonus one here for you, immense value. There's 2 guys here that are immense value. And Carson Wentz is the quarterback there with the Colts with an improved O-line. Make or break year for Carson Wentz, guys. I'm talking about Michael Pittman and T.Y. Hilton. Okay, either one of these guys, T.Y. Hilton currently sitting 51st amongst wide receivers, Pittman 46th. Understand one of these guys is going to be the wide receiver 1 on an offense that will throw the ball quite a bit with an improved O-line, like I said, for Carson Wentz, right? You got to go back to his 2017 year where he had 281 points, fantasy that is, finished 5th amongst quarterbacks and had 33 touchdowns to his 7 interceptions. Now he's going to have a lot more time to throw the ball. Again, make or break year for Carson Wentz. You know, the Colts believe in him. He's got the options. I mean, at the end of the day, value, hello, people, value here. Either one of these guys, maybe both of these guys you get for free. You know, you load them on your bench for like after the 8th round, and it's like, heck, man, I got a wide receiver 1 on a team that, you know, one of these guys is going to catch the ball. Now, Hilton could have had a big year last year, but Rivers just didn't find him. Rivers sucked. I think Carson Wentz, I wasn't a fan of him, but I'm not a fan of the Eagles or any of their offensive weapons for fantasy. This is a better situation. And again, this isn't being biased because I'm a Colts fan. I genuinely think that one of these guys is going to shine. Pittman could step up. Last year, 61 targets, 503 yards, 1 touchdown. Not impressive, but again, 2nd year, new quarterback, new situation. They've got Jonathan Taylor in the run game there. Marlon Mack could be a bit of a pest, but they've got all the tools. This is going to be a big year for either one of or possibly both of these receivers if things go on paper, right? Look good on paper if they translate on the field. There it is, guys. You're getting wide receiver 1s for free. You're paying nothing. You don't have to invest a 1st-round pick on a wide receiver. You've got it right here, guys, okay? Subscribe, leave a thumbs up. I know nobody's offering this value. I listen to other podcasts. I dabble. I kind of listen to. It's a lot of cookie-cutter advice. Make sure you guys are subscribed. Thumbs up. Leave a comment below. Which wide receiver must you have? Are you going robust RB? Want to get your feedback and thoughts? Manscaped.com. Use promo code ShowerLine. Save 20% on your purchase. Get 16 rounds. Smash thumbs up. Comment below. And I will see you guys in the next video. I appreciate you guys. I am out. Thank you.